What's up everybody, welcome back to Altcoin Nexus and welcome to a new video on Ethereum and the Ethereum ETF. Alright, I know we're looking at charts right now, but I fundamentally wanted to do a little bit of an update on this. I obviously covered Ethereum and the ETF before it launched on Monday, and I was a little bit wrong about that. Alright, so I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about what happened, what did I not expect, and also what to expect in the near-term future. All right, so it's going to be a relatively short video, but there are some interesting topics I wanted to talk about. If we look at Ethereum right now, it has performed horribly. Now, to my defense, in my video, I did talk about some sort of a sell the news effect into this area, and for now, we are holding this area. We talked about, so we could theoretically still bounce, but this is a very bad reaction. After we got a bit of a sell-off in the markets, and then and what's especially something I was wrong on is Ethereum against Bitcoin, all right, which has been very weak. So the markets in general have been weak, but Ethereum has underperformed, which is not what I expected. And I think in general, when we talk about the ETF, here you can see the ETF inflows, which you can find on CoinGlass, by the way, if you go to the tab ETFs. In general, I think the ETF launch both overwhelmed and underwhelmed the public. All right, because the first day we actually got $100 million in inflows. Second day, $133 million in outflows. But the volume, first of all, is very, very high. So I think that's bullish. The one thing, and that's what I want to talk about, the one thing I kind of overlooked, or at least I did not overlook it. I knew it was a possibility, but I thought it would be more likely that we would not see this many grayscale outflows. All right, so if you don't know, Grayscale had an Ethereum trust, a private trust, which investors could already use to be exposed to Ethereum. Kind of like an ETF, all right? Practically. Theoretically, not so much. So what happened with Bitcoin is that we saw a lot of outflows from Grayscale because of their high fees. And the same was expected by some. Others said it's probably not as much. I was in the group, not as much, but I was wrong, all right? Because what you can see right now is that the total flows are actually outflows. Because in total right now, we've had over $800 million in outflows from Grayscale, and I do think that matters, all right? I think that was worse than expected, so it in general had a negative effect on Ethereum. But apart from that, it's also just real sales, right? So it's a real selling pressure. Now they're losing about, like I said, they're losing about $400 million in Ethereum every single day. Grayscale at this point of time still has $9 billion in Ethereum. It is highly unlikely that this will all be sold off, but let's assume like half of it will be sold off. Then we still have like 11 or 10 more days of major outflows. I think this is something you do need to keep an eye on, all right? I don't necessarily expect the outflows to continue to be this way. And I do think, like at this moment, I think you should be bearish on Ethereum. First of all, the markets are not doing great, which obviously doesn't help Ethereum's cause. But apart from that, I think we haven't seen an ETF pump right now, but I do think the moment that the Grayscale outflows start to stop or start to rapidly decline, that is another event, another catalyst, which could spur some sort of a rally or some sort of a pump from Ethereum. So that is something you have to keep an eye on. But for now, like I said, outflows are massive. Market is not doing great. Ethereum is pulling back, hasn't really found support at strong support levels. So for now, an update. Long term, I think the ETF is obviously going to be bullish. Short term, until these grayscale outflows stop, short term, I think will be bearish. And then afterwards, I'll probably revisit this. We'll talk about it again. And then we'll also look at the markets in combination with the reaction from Bitcoin to the end of the outflows, and then we'll know a little bit more about the potential then. But for now, unfortunately, I have to turn a little bit more bearish. But I'll keep you updated on that, all right? If you do have any questions, of course, let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to keep an eye on CoinGlass and their ETF dashboard. For now, that's what you need to know. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you'd be interested in more content like this, and bye.